All right. So today we are going to see with the part of sets. Okay. So whenever you talk about sets, the first comparison of the sets comes with that is with groups. Okay. So before starting with sets, we'll just revise with our previous topic, that is grouping. Okay. Now let's create in short a group. So what is the first step we do whenever we want to create a group? Anjali, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is the step we do it for creating a group? We right click it, go to the create, click on group. Yes. Now, as per our requirements, let's say we want to create a partition or we want to create a group of small items and huge items. Okay. So let's say if I take like accessories, arts, like envelopes, fasteners, labels, paper. Yes. Supplies. Okay, storage would be in a form of pen drives. That's considered in that way. So these are all we have selected, and what we do is we create a group. This paper scalp icon will help us to showcase these are like created a group. Okay, group of small items. Obviously, the rest becomes are called as others in Tableau. Those others would be your huge items, obviously, right? Now, this becomes your small items. This rest becomes your huge items, right? If I take it as like include other. So instead of other, what I can do, I can rename it and name this as huge items. Okay. Now we have seen how to use it in the previous sessions, right? But now if you talk about the sets, right? So why we are creating a group, we want to know the differentiate between the group and sets. Okay. So we create a group where we want to create a partition within the same field and we want to separate our values according to its requirement, right? Like small items and huge items. Now, in this case, when I bring it into the view, I'll get small and huge, correct? And when I drag this sales, so it creates the overall summary, that is overall values of like sum of sales for small items and huge items. But the same thing when I drag it, let's say original subcategory, okay, where I'm able to find all my 17 subcategories with me. Yep. Now, if I drag this group into the filters, what will happen? With the help of groups, you are creating a filter for specific small items and specific huge items. Yes, specific huge items. All right. Now what happening is when I click on edit filter, you see I've got general, condition and top here. Yes, I've got in the groups what? General, condition and top, where I can apply the conditions also on my groups, right? Created partitions of small and huge, top and bottom of small and huge. Okay. Now when we come to the part of sets, so what exactly set means? Okay. There is the same process to create it. Okay. Now we'll see the difference here. Now let's say if I'm taking the, as my state as my field to apply a set. Now how the set is applied? Set is applied, which is dynamic as compared to group. Group, what happens? You are manually selecting the values and creating a partition. Correct? Until and unless you are not going to change, you're not going to change the number of values of that particular field, that is subcategories, right? So like addition or deletion in that particular group. But in the sets, what happens? When you right click and click on create a set, you see this is the icon where you have got two rings. That is nothing but your two tables. Those are basically the symbols of like joins. When I click on set, see again, I've got three options. That is general, condition and top. Yes. If I say select from the list, I've got all the set of states, all the values of states. That is 1095. Now what I can do is without applying a filter, I can create my own sets as per my requirement. What do you mean by my requirement here is, let's say we want to focus only on those states to showcase in the visualization where their sales is greater than 4,000. I want to see only those states in this view whose sales is greater than 4,000. Usually how you do, for example, if we don't create a set, what will happen and how we do it? Like, for example, we can bring the country over here. If you want to showcase in the map, right? Then we'll bring the state and then we'll bring the sales into size. Yeah. So here we are getting overall size of all my sales. But what is our target? What is our requirement is we want only those states whose sales is. Now what we do, we drag the state into filter shelf. Yes. Then we go to the condition, by field, choose sales, and then we'll say greater than or greater than equal to 4,000, from 4,000 to the higher level. When I click on load and check, I've got minimum sales of 3 and maximum of transaction I've got is 490,000 of a particular state. Yes, these are the original individual transaction value. Yes, when I click on apply and okay, now here you see out of what was the previous value? 1075. How I came to know 1075? See here, 1075 marks. Yes, 1075 marks. But when I applied it, how much it was? 475. What does it mean? There are basically your states. Yes. Instead of 1075, there are only 475 states which are meeting your condition, that is 4,000 equal to sales. Yes. This is the method what we follow, and we restrict our states which are less than 4,000. Yeah. Less than or equal to, right? Less than 4,000. Till 3,999, all the states are restricted. Right? This is the normal way what we do. But here, instead of applying a filter and avoiding a filter, what we can do is, I can just make use of a set where dedicatedly it will create a field, a separate field only of those states whose sales is greater than equal to 4,000. Make sense? Is it clear? Anjali, Saundarya, Kulbhushan?
Yes, sir.
See, I'll show you. Now, for example, what I'll do, I'll go to the state, right click, create set. Here also I've got the same thing, general, condition and top. But exactly we don't know how many of my states are under or greater than or equal to 4,000. So I'll go back to the condition here, by field, same thing I'm going to apply. That is sales. Here it is greater than equal to 4,000. Yes, I loaded same information. What happens here now? Instead of state set, I'll say greater than equal to 4K sales. Right? I'll write here state or states, right? Let's say state greater than equal to 4K sales. What does it means? By this name, we can easily recognize saying this, why this set was created or what this set consists of. Yes. So we are saying state greater than equal to 4K sales. When I click on OK, now you see original state is as it is. What is the thumb rule of Tableau? You'll never ever edit the original field. It creates a one more field for your requirement. Same thing with the group. When we create a group, what we find? We find a paper scalp like this. And for set to recognize, we have got our joining tables, that is 2 rings, right? Intersecting of 2 rings. That is nothing but a set. Now, what I can do, I have got all this 1075 marks. If I use this set into color, see, I've got now 2 outputs. One is in, one is out. Clear? Make sense? Any confusion? Karthik, Anjali, Saundarya, Kulbhushan, any doubts?
No, sir.
Clear, right? Yes, Karthik, did you understood this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Saundarya?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right, let's go ahead now. Now you see in and out. What does this in and out means? Okay, if I, to make it understand, if I drag it into the filter, you'll see you get a pop-up now. When I edit filter, you see, I've got Yeah, I've got all this, but this time, if you see, I don't have any condition because I've already created it. Yes. If I go with the new view, okay. If I go with sales, if I go with normal state field, and if I bring the set, see, if I click on now, anything which is greater than 4,000 is reflecting in. Yep. Yes, makes sense. See here, 490,000, and where it is ending with exact 4,000 or maybe more than 4,000. Yes. If I scroll down, see out started. So where it is ending, it would be ending from, see, 3959, it is starting for out. And for the in, where it is starting with 4,003. So it is working as per our conditions. So we have tested here what we are saying, anything which is equal to 4,000 or greater than to 4,000 are considered as in as per our condition, right? So in this view, in a map, what it is going to do, it is going to highlight blue color only for those which are more than or equal to 4,000. I can go to the color now, edit color and see in. When I say in, I may change it color to green and out as red to make it more easier to understand. I'll click on out, click out color here, choose the color. See, without applying a filter, I'm getting my results, right? So what should be our thumb rule? To avoid as much as you can filters in your sheets, because as your data is going to reach at a higher level records, it is going to slow down. To optimize this, what is the best method? How much you can avoid your filters. Yes. So set plays a major role in avoiding your filters. Make sense? Here, without affecting or without filtering anything, what is happening? You are getting your results in terms of color here, right? Make sense? If you don't want to create a map, just drag it, make a partition. So it plays a role of group also, where it is creating a partition, where it is showing like in and out. Yes, I can right click here, edit allies. Instead of in, I'll say greater than equal to 4K sales. Simple. As we already know, we are talking about states. So we'll come to know what exactly it is, right? If I want to show only total, what I'll do, I'll remove the state outside. I'll get my output as overall sum value of greater than 4K sales. So what is the contribution around how much and how much the contribution of overall sales of out, right? You can name again, rename, edit alias as less than 4,000 sales or below the expectations or below 4K, correct? Right? So this is the difference how you can avoid your filters with the help of sets. Now you can ask me, oh, sir, what will happen if new data gets added? What happens if, which are the states which are falling under out, if they increase their sales more than 4K? Can anyone tell me what is going to happen when we refresh it? Yes, Karthik, Anjali, Saundarya, Kulbhushan. How many of them agree to the Kulbhushan saying that it may change after refresh? Yes. Karthik, Anjali, Saundarya. Anyone answer it?
I think no, sir.
Okay. So as per Anjali, no. Karthik, what do you say?
So it will change, sir.
It will change. Saundarya?
It will change, sir.
No. Or yes, what?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Kulbhushan, you? It will change. What is the logic or what is how you are sure that it will change? Yes, Karthik and Kulbhushan, how you say like it will be changing?
Sir, sales if it is in greater than 4,000, then automatically it will go to the in, sir.
Okay, after refreshing. Okay. All right. Kulbhushan, you. Okay. All right. See, if you remember, as I said in the group also, okay. In the group, what we are doing, we are creating manually with partition of related values, correct, in the group. But we have seen the types of groups when we created from a specific view related. From the specific view related. What do you mean by view related here? Like, for example, if I select this much, and if I say group, what happens? So you are manually selecting. What you are doing is this group is becoming you are creating a static group. What is static? Manually from the view, when you create a group or a set, it is called a static set or a static group, which will not change until you make a change, because you are selecting on the current numbers. But when you right click and create something, that becomes dynamic on the basis of your conditions and top, because you are applying on a field, not on a view. Not on a view. You are creating, see, right click. How I created this set? Right click, create, set, and then I'm applying condition on that particular values of it. Right? We have to manually edit it. Right? But when you create from the field itself, right click and create and make it a group or a set, it becomes dynamic. It becomes dynamic because these are on the basis of specific conditions. Dynamic, like we select the state and the field and create group or a field. But in our view, we are adding the single value in each slider. Here it's dynamic as well. It acts as dynamic as well, because we are giving a chance to the end user to. That is filter. The filter. But so what is filter here? Don't get confused. See, when you talk about sets and groups, right? Are you giving a right click a chance to do it or edit it? If yes, also, you are giving a set of members of that into a particular group. Correct. When you are saying filter, you are giving a threshold. When you are saying a dimension filter, you are giving a chance to include or exclude. The work of group and set is to showcase the specific values in the view, specific information in the view, specific condition in the view. Got the point? So whenever you are creating a field from create, right click and creating a group or a set, this becomes dynamic. Why? Because once you refresh the extract, once you refresh the data, what happens? The numbers change. So your sets gets transformed according to the condition. Why? Because your set is working on the base of condition. Yes, or top or bottom through the ranking stuff. Got it? Once it gets refreshed, it automatically that your set will get refreshed, transformed, triggered, where it checks with the condition and flows your result. Okay. So what is the result here? The dynamic sets which are created within the field, not from the view level, are dynamic sets. The one which you create from the view becomes a static set. Clear now the difference between static set, static group, dynamic set, and
Yes, sir.
dynamic group? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What about Karthik? Is it
Got it.
clear?
Got it.
Okay. Soundarya, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So whenever you are creating a set, they may ask you the difference. What is the difference between static set or dynamic set? Or they may ask you like with the whole scenario, they'll explain you. You need to answer whether it is a static or a dynamic, or which going to be refreshed, dynamic or static. Clear? Right? So in simple words, dynamic sets or dynamic groups are without human intervention, you are getting the recent or current information once it is refreshed. But when you talk about static set, there human intervention is required. Manual steps are required. Okay. You are going to use your static set or static group only for a time being to show that information. Just to showcase the insight of that particular point which has raised. Okay. But when in terms of reports, when it comes to place, when you know that only greater than or equal to 4K is going to be used, then it is better way to create a dedicated set to it. Clear? Make sense? All right. Now we will see, this is the set what we have created from a field, right? Now, so all right. So this was the example. Let's consider this as from the form of dynamic set. Now the static set would be, the best example would be, let's say I've got profit, I've got sales. Let's talk about states only. Let's go with scatter plot. Okay. Now, if you check about my profit and sales of this particular data, I've got this data where I've got my minus profit value, but sales is more than 150K. Yeah. Now let's take a scenario. Now I want those states who are falling under 200K to 350K. So what I'm going to do after this line, I'm going to select this. Yes, which are falling above this line and ending before this line, 350K. I'll just hover my mouse and come near the set and create a set. So see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm doing, I'm selecting this manually, the 6 states. And that is the reason why it is called a static set. Right? So I would say state 250K to 350K sales. Is it sales? Yes. All right. Okay. Now you see, when I drag this into color, it helps me immediately showcase which falls under this particular set. Same if I apply it into the filter, what happened automatically? It is showing only those which are falling under 250K to 350K. Obviously. What is individual? See, these are the states. These are the 6 marks, means 6 states who are between 250K to 350K sales. Got the point? So out of 1075, this is the main, those which are falling under 250K to 350K condition. This is on the static basis. Tomorrow, if your sales get increases here, it will show the same 6 only. It will never add or delete or edit. Right? Got the point? It will never add new states, or it will not remove the states because it goes beyond 350K. Still, it will show the same. For that, what do you need to do today? While you are practicing, send me the screenshots. As I mentioned now, if it is like 250 to 350K, write down these names of those states which are falling under this criteria. Okay. Then after that, what do you do? Save and close this file, or save it, open your data source file and add some more data for same states. Okay. And increase their sales values and save that file and close it. Come back, refresh and check whether the states will change or not. The static view change or not. or in the dynamic view will change or not. Got it? Today's assignment, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts to anyone? Please ask. I want this assignments to be completed. A simple task where we want to cross check how set works, how a dynamic set works and how a static set works. Okay, why it is called static will come, you'll get an idea when you work on this example. Clear? I'll tell once again what needs to be done. As in this view, for example, as I have selected 250K to 350K, these are the list of names of the states one I am able to see. Note it down, go to your data source, edit your data source, add some of the more additional records to this particular states. Okay, increase the records for those specific states and try to make all the states increasing more than 350K and see what will happen. Clear? Clear? Can I get this assignment today by everyone? You do incremental refresh, you do any refresh. I want your data to be appended. I want to be data appended. If you are saying incremental refresh, which means what? New data is appended. You do full load refresh or incremental refresh, the data is going to be added. Right? Clear? Okay. So that is the difference between a dynamic set and a static set. Okay. Anything which you create from the view becomes static because you're applying a set on the basis of current information, current values, just to showcase or portray your view with different examples. If I remove back again, you see rest are gray. The one which we have selected are in blue. Clear? Make sense? Yes. Now, can you tell me why it is given as a join symbol as a ring? Any idea? In SQL or in when you say joins, SQL joins, which are the joins? Okay.
Left join, right join, inner join.
Left join, inner join, and
Right join.
right. Left join, right join, inner join. Apart from this, Saundarya, Karthik,
Outer join.
sorry,
Full outer join.
full outer join, and inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. Correct? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Full join. Okay. What is full join here, guys? Yes? Is there any full join? Yeah, Karthik, Saundarya, Anjali, Kulbhushan is saying full join. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, your background voice is more than you. You speak louder. Tell me. What is the difference between full join or what is the definition of full join? Anyone? Karthik, what is full join?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay, Saundarya.
Sir, I have no idea.
All right. See, guys, full join is also known as full outer join. Okay. There is nothing another new join called as full join. Full join is also known as full outer join. Okay. All right. Fine. Now coming back to the topic. Yes, with the sets, we can create the joins also. Okay. How we can do it, we'll see. Right. Now let's take a scenario. Okay. Now how to do it? Let's start. Now let's take our data source and we'll create a set. Okay. Now let's take a field of, sure, we'll see with the customers whose sales is greater or top or bottom. We'll create with top or bottom. Okay. Let's refresh that also. I've got customer name. How I can create top and bottom now? Top 10. If I have to create, what I need to do? Right click, create. Wow, excellent. Yes, anyone?
By dragging into filters
Dragging into filters. Next, then
go
go to
to
top.
by
Perfect.
field.
Let's say sales. So what happens here? Top 10 sales on customers. Click on apply and okay. Now if I drag the customer name, I'll find the top 10. I'll find the values of it in terms of sales. All right, I'll make it descending as I'm talking about top. I'll click on T symbol to showcase the labels. Now this set is created on the basis of top 10. Right, this filter is created on what? Top 10. Top 10 sales. All right. Now what I can do, instead of same thing, if I'm creating as a filter, the same way, what I can do, I can create same thing with the set also. We can create with the help of set also. So what I'll do, I'll go again back to the customer name, right click, create set, because here also I've got an option of top. So what I'm going to name this as top 10 customer, top 10 customer sales. Yes. Okay. Click on OK. See, I've got one of my set. If I directly bring here, so I'll get my in, as I'm talking only about top 10. Okay. Now I'll repeat this process now. Okay. I'll repeat this process. What I'm going to do to repeat this process, I'm just going to right click and duplicate. What do you mean by duplicate? What is going to happen? Yes. So it is created with the same, but this time it is named it as copy. So right click. This time why I'm creating the same is this time I want to say, okay, I have taken a wrong field. Wrong set actually. Let's duplicate this. Okay. So I'll rename this. And while I'll renaming this, change this to what? Profit. So I've got now two groups. One is for sales, but yes, we have not edited the set yet. So what I'm going to do, I'll go to the top by field. Instead of category, I'm going to choose now profit. Click on apply and okay. Just to cross check again with the sales, let's see, edit set, go to top, see, it should was to be sales. Yes, click on apply and okay, cross check it. Now we have got two sets. One is top 10 customers with sales, top 10 customers with profit. Correct? Right? Now what I want is, I want to see if these customers who are top in sales, top 10 in sales, are they falling under top 10 profit or not? The same customers. Make sense? Getting it? Got it? What exactly we want to analyze? Yes. Saundarya, Karthik, Anjali.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Karthik.
Once again, you tell.
See, listen carefully. Top 10 customer sales means we are getting top 10 customer names, right? Yes. What we are getting,
Yes,
we are getting top 10 customers by sales. When you say top 10 customers by profit means, now in this both the set, what we want is, let's say there are 10 customers who are giving higher sales. We want to check whether those 10 customers are giving higher profit also or not. Are they lying on the top 10 or not? Right? How many of them lying, or all are lying, or whichever are not lying?
Got it.
Okay, because I want the names rather than ID. I can understand with the names rather than giving with the ID, as I'm talking about an individual person, right? So that makes more sense. But when I'm using the joins, or when I am using, like, bringing from one table to that table, or lookup, in that case, I would require unique IDs. Then I'll use my product ID, customer ID, and all those stuff. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click top 10. I'm going to click on, I'm going to select the both. Okay. Right click, create combined set. What I did, I selected this two, and what I've selected, create combined set. Okay. Now what I'm going to name this, top 10 customers by sales and both sales and profit. Correct. Now, if I say, see this, which kind of join it is? By this, how many of them say this as full outer join?
Yes, sir, it is full
It
outer
is
join.
Yes,
perfect.
sir.
Below one is called as
Inner join. Inner
yes.
join.
Okay, this one
Left join.
as right. Correct.
Right.
When you say left, see, your left is playing the role of customers with profit, and your right is role is playing of top 10 customers with sales. Now, when you are saying all members in both the sets means exactly. So what does it means? Whether the customer is with higher profit or the customer with a higher sales, both the members are going to reflect. Right now we will see all the members in both the sets. By this we will understand, according to us, what we want. We want only those 10 to reflect who are giving more sales. They should give more profit, but there would be circumstances where it would not be possible. By this way we'll understand with all the members in the sets, we'll come to know the overall count of it. Make sense? Getting it? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's click on, okay, now you see I've got my combined set over here. Now what I'll do, first, to understand how it works, I'll drag the customer name all, I'll drag the sales, I'll drag the profit. Now I've got both the names also, yes, and the sales and the profit also. Okay, now I'll what I'll do, I'll just drag it into filter. See how many counts I've got now? Is it visible to everyone or not?
16 rows each,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So how many rows we have now? We have got 32 marks. How much it is? Is it visible now to everyone? See, 32 marks. Got it? It is
Yes, sir.
32 marks. All right. What does it mean when you say top 10 sales and top 10 profit? Why it is showing 32 marks? So how many total in this? If it is 32 marks, so how much are the customers? You can say now. How much they are the customers? What is the count of customers? Correct.
16, sir.
Correct. 16. Why? Because we have dragged two measures. When you say marks, see, it is 16 rows. 16 rows by two columns, which is 32 marks. You have to see the rows. 16 rows. What does it means? There are some of the customers who are only giving more sales, but when it comes to the profit, there are some different which are not falling on top 10 sales, but they are giving huge profit to us. Clear? Make sense? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? If I
Yes.
ask you, which are the common ones which fall under both, what option you are going to use?
Inner.
Yes. Let's see. Right click, edit set, inner. Click on apply. See how many? Whenever you are going to use this option, when your client asks you or your end user asks you, I want to know both the customers. I want to know those customers who are giving more profit also and more sales also. In that case, you are going to use inner join. If he is asking for top 10 customers by profit and top 10 by sales, in one view, you can give that. Clear? Did you get it? The use of sets? Yes.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by top 10 customers profit except shared members? What would be the result? Okay, Kulbhushan is saying the one who are giving more contribution to the profit except shared members means what?
All the profit members and matching sales member.
What do you mean by except? Karthik, what you're saying is like you're saying all the customers of like 10 profit, right? But here the question is except shared members. What do you mean by shared here? What do you mean by sharing? In terms of joints, if I talk about, what do you mean by shared?
Means in sales and profit, sir.
Exactly. The one which are in both, except those. What does it means? What would be the result here? The unique members which are not related to your highest sales, which are not falling under customers, which are not falling under top 10 sales. Make sense? Clear? Yes, see. See, that will be opposite of your inner join. Simple. Getting the point, but only related to profit. Yes? Anjali, is it confusion? Soundarya, is it
No,
confusing?
sir.
Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
See, except shared members. What do you mean by except shared members? Which are not falling under sales top 10. These are only falling under top 10 profit. Except those means you can do that. Now, same thing opposite of it. If I click on apply, this will be again 6 different customers who are only focusing on top 10, top 6 sales, where their profit is lower as compared to the which are not falling under top 10 profitable. Clear now? Yes. Yes, there
Yes,
are
sir.
2 assignments to be done. One is to check with the dynamics set and static set by adding some more data and refreshing the data and checking whether the static name of the set should change. That is, name of the state should change, right? That is one task. Second, today's task is to create this set not on the basis of sales or profit. Take another field, take another measures, create and show me. Or else I'll give you one task. In one, right? In one combined set, I want to see top 5. No, I want top 10 customers with higher sales and bottom 10 customers with low sales in one set. Yes. See, in simple, if I drag this set and if I drag the customer in this, in I want top 10, in out I want bottom 10. In one view, I want to see both top 10 also and bottom 10 also. Make sense? Is it clear what I want? Yes. Because this is the common
Yes, sir.
question. It is a common question they'll ask in the interview. Okay. How will you create a view where I am able to see both my top and bottom sales customers or states or products? Okay. Right. With the help of set we can do it. Just apply your logic, create the view, share your Tableau public profile link, or just send me the screenshots on comment or on the group. Clear? All right. Can I get this by today? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right then. Yes, I'll just share this recording, go through it, practice, and let me know. Yep.
Yes, sir.